Before the intricate political machinations of Game of Thrones and the tumultuous royal affairs of the Tudors, there existed a family whose influence was forged in the fires of seduction, wielded through the iron fist of power, and stained with the indelible mark of blood, the Borgias. Welcome to an in-depth exploration of the Borgias, the groundbreaking 1981 BBC miniseries that fearlessly ventured into the shadowed heart of the Renaissance. Was this bold depiction a stroke of brilliance, or did it cross the line into blasphemy? Join us as we meticulously unravel the truth behind this controversial yet captivating historical drama, a production that dared to peer into the murky depths of a powerful dynasty, revealing the intricate tapestry of their ambitions and the often brutal methods they employed to achieve their goals. This series, a testament to the power of historical storytelling, invites viewers to consider the complexities of morality and the seductive allure of absolute authority, all set against the vibrant and volatile backdrop of Renaissance Italy. It meticulously recreates the atmosphere of the era, immersing the audience in a world of political intrigue, religious fervor, and personal betrayals, prompting reflection on the enduring nature of ambition and its potential for both creation and destruction. This exploration seeks to provide a comprehensive understanding of the miniseries, examining its narrative choices, its historical context, and its lasting impact on the portrayal of historical figures on television. The ambition of the Borgias knew no bounds, their reach extending into the highest echelons of power, their actions leaving an undeniable imprint on the course of history, a legacy that continues to fascinate and provoke debate centuries later. The BBC's courageous undertaking in 1981 laid the groundwork for subsequent historical dramas, demonstrating the potential for television to engage with complex historical narratives in a compelling and thought-provoking manner, inviting audiences to grapple with the intricacies of the past and draw parallels to the present. The series serves as a reminder that the pursuit of power often comes at a steep price, both for those who wield it and for those caught in its web, a timeless lesson that resonates across different eras and cultures, prompting critical examination of leadership and its ethical dimensions. The exploration will delve into the critical reception of the series, considering the various perspectives on its historical accuracy and its artistic merit, acknowledging the debates it sparked and the conversations it continues to inspire among historians and viewers alike. The Borgias story is one of both fascination and repulsion, a compelling narrative of human endeavor and moral compromise, a study in the complexities of family, faith, and the relentless pursuit of worldly influence in a world shaped by both divine aspiration and earthly desires. Set against the opulent and often treacherous backdrop of 15th century Italy, this compelling 10-episode series meticulously dramatizes the notorious ascent of Rodrigo Borgia, a figure of immense ambition and cunning who would eventually ascend to the papacy as Pope Alexander VI. The series unflinchingly portrays his family's intricate web of manipulation, pervasive corruption that seeped into every level of society, and the scandalous exploits that irrevocably shaped an entire era. Imagine a potent fusion of the ruthless tactics employed by the mafia with the absolute authority vested in a monarchy, all unfolding beneath the imposing dome of the Vatican, a center of both spiritual power and worldly intrigue during a period of immense cultural and political transformation. The Italian peninsula in the 15th century was a mosaic of competing city-states, each vying for dominance and influence, creating a fertile ground for political maneuvering and strategic alliances, a landscape where power was constantly shifting and allegiances were often fluid. One Rodrigo Borgia, a charismatic and astute figure, navigated this complex environment with remarkable skill, employing a combination of shrewd diplomacy, strategic marriages, and calculated displays of power to advance his family's fortunes and his own personal ambitions within the hierarchical structure of the Catholic Church. The series meticulously recreates the lavishness of the era, showcasing the opulent costumes, the grand palazzos, and the intricate artwork that characterized the Renaissance, providing a visually stunning backdrop for the unfolding drama of ambition and betrayal. The pervasive corruption within the Church, a significant theme of the series, highlights the tension between spiritual ideals and the earthly pursuit of power, a a conflict that defined much of the era and continues to be a subject of historical inquiry and debate. The scandalous exploits of the Borgia family, including accusations of nepotism, simony, and even murder, challenged the moral authority of the papacy and sent shockwaves throughout Europe, contributing to the growing calls for reform within the Church. Point 3 The series does not shy away from depicting these controversial aspects of the Borgias' reign, presenting a nuanced yet unflinching portrayal of their actions and their impact on the society around them, inviting viewers to grapple with the complexities of judging historical figures by modern standards. The fusion of mafia-like tactics with monarchical authority creates a compelling dynamic, illustrating how the Borgias consolidated their power through a combination of intimidation, strategic alliances, and the exploitation of their religious authority, a potent and dangerous combination in the volatile political landscape of the time. The Vatican, as the seat of papal power, becomes a central stage for the Borgias' machinations, its sacred halls echoing with whispers of conspiracy and the clandestine dealings that underpin their ascent to dominance, a stark contrast between the spiritual and the secular. The series masterfully portrays this duality, showcasing the outward piety and religious ceremonies alongside the hidden agendas and ruthless power plays that define the Borgias' time in power, leaving a lasting impression of a family that defied convention and challenged the very foundations of the established order. At the center of this dramatic tapestry stands Adolfo Kelly, delivering a truly commanding and nuanced performance as Rodrigo Borgia. His portrayal masterfully blends the outward gravitas and solemn pronouncements of religious authority with the simmering undercurrent of raw, unbridled ambition that drives his every action. Opposite him, and Louise Lambert shines brightly as the enigmatic Lucrezia Borgia, a woman perpetually caught in the complex and often conflicting crosscurrents of familial duty and her own burgeoning desires. Each character within this richly drawn world is imbued with a compelling complexity. They are deeply flawed individuals, yet undeniably human and strikingly real in their motivations and struggles, navigating a world where personal desires often clashed with societal expectations and the demands of family loyalty. Adolfo Kelly's interpretation of Rodrigo Borgia captures the multifaceted nature of the man, portraying him not merely as a villain but as a shrewd politician, a devoted father, and a man driven by a powerful vision for his family's future, a complex interplay of light and shadow that makes his character both compelling and unsettling. His commanding presence on screen embodies the authority of his position, while subtle glances and carefully chosen words hint at the ruthlessness that lies beneath the surface, a masterful display of acting that anchors the entire series. And Louise Lambert's portrayal of Lucrezia Borgia offers a sensitive and nuanced exploration of a woman who is often a pawn in her family's political games, yet who also possessed intelligence and a growing awareness of her own agency, a delicate balance between victimhood and burgeoning strength. The series delves into the psychological complexities of Lucrezia's position, exploring the pressures she faced as a woman in a patriarchal society and the conflicting loyalties she felt towards her family and her own desires for personal fulfillment, a compelling character arc that resonates with contemporary audiences. The supporting cast is equally strong, each actor bringing depth and nuance to their respective roles, creating a rich and believable ensemble that populates the world of the Borgias with memorable and multifaceted individuals, from cunning cardinals to ambitious rivals and loyal retainers. The series excels at portraying the intricate relationships between the characters, highlighting the bonds of family, the betrayals of trust, and the constant struggle for power that define their interactions, a web of alliances and animosities that drives the narrative forward. The motivations of each character are carefully explored, revealing the personal ambitions, fears, and loyalties that shape their actions, making them feel like real people caught in extraordinary circumstances, their flaws and virtues, contributing to the overall complexity of the drama. The struggles faced by these individuals, whether it is the burden of leadership, the constraints of societal expectations, or the pursuit of personal happiness, resonate with universal human experiences, allowing viewers to connect with them on a deeper level despite their often controversial actions. The series avoids simplistic portrayals of good and evil, instead presenting a world where morality is often ambiguous and where individuals are forced to make difficult choices in pursuit of their goals, a reflection of the complexities of human nature and the corrupting influence of power. While the narrative undoubtedly takes certain liberties with historical accuracy for dramatic effect, the fundamental groundwork of the show remains firmly rooted in the real historical tensions that define the era. The relentless power struggles between competing city-states and influential families, the intricate and often cutthroat world of papal politics, and the ever-present allure and danger of forbidden love. It is crucial to understand that this is not intended to be a verbatim historical textbook. Rather, it is a meticulously crafted and often unsettling tapestry of historical fiction, weaving together documented events with compelling dramatic license, aiming to capture the essence of the era and the complexities of the individuals involved rather than adhering strictly to every historical detail. The power struggles between city-states like Florence, Venice, and Milan, each vying for political and economic dominance, form a crucial backdrop to the Borgias' rise, highlighting the volatile and competitive environment in which they operated, a landscape of shifting alliances and constant threats. The intricate world of papal politics, with its cardinals vying for influence and the papacy itself becoming a prize in political maneuvering, is vividly depicted, showcasing the corruption and ambition that permeated the highest levels of the Church during this period, a stark contrast to its spiritual mission. The allure and danger of forbidden love, a recurring theme in the series, reflects the social mores and the personal desires that often clashed in Renaissance Italy, adding a layer of emotional complexity to the characters and their motivations, exploring the tensions between passion and societal constraints. The series masterfully blends historical fact with fictional elements to create a compelling narrative that engages viewers emotionally while still providing a glimpse into the realities of the time, acknowledging the need for dramatic license to enhance storytelling while maintaining a connection to the historical context. The meticulous crafting of the historical fiction allows the series to explore the psychological and emotional lives of the characters in ways that historical records often do not, offering interpretations of their motivations and relationships based on the available evidence, but also allowing for creative exploration, enriching our understanding of the past. The unsettling nature of the Borgias story, with its themes of corruption, betrayal, and violence, is not sensationalized but rather presented as a consequence of the pursuit of power and the moral compromises made along the way, prompting reflection on the darker aspects of human ambition and its historical manifestations. The series serves as a reminder that history is not simply a collection of facts, but a complex interplay of events, individuals, and motivations, and that historical fiction can offer valuable insights into the human experience within different historical contexts, fostering a deeper engagement with the past. While historians may debate the accuracy of certain details, the series succeeds in capturing the spirit of the age and the essence of the Borgia family's ambition and its impact on the world around them, leaving a lasting impression of a pivotal and often turbulent period in European history. The visual presentation of the 1981 series, while perhaps appearing somewhat dated to modern sensibilities, nonetheless employs a strikingly effective use of shadows, the flickering glow of candlelight, and meticulously detailed Baroque set design to create a palpable atmosphere of intrigue and opulence. The pacing of the series unfolds deliberately, allowing the intricate plot lines and character motivations to develop organically. The dialogue is thoughtfully constructed, rewarding viewers who engage with patience and attention to detail, drawing them deeper into the complexities of the Borgia world, where secrets and unspoken intentions often held as much weight as explicit pronouncements. The use of shadows and candlelight creates a sense of mystery and foreboding, reflecting the clandestine activities and the moral ambiguity that permeate the Borgia court, enhancing the atmosphere of intrigue and danger that surrounds the family. The meticulously detailed Baroque set design transports viewers to the opulent world of Renaissance Italy, showcasing the grandeur of the palazzos, the richness of the costumes, and the artistic sensibilities of the era, immersing the audience in the visual splendor of the time. The deliberate pacing of the series allows for a gradual unfolding of the plot, giving viewers time to absorb the complexities of the political landscape the intricacies of the character relationships, and the underlying motivations that drive their actions, rewarding careful attention with a deeper understanding of the narrative. The thoughtfully constructed dialogue is rich with subtext and nuance, revealing character traits and advancing the plot through carefully chosen words and unspoken implications, demanding active engagement from the viewer and offering layers of meaning to those who pay close attention. This approach contrasts with the faster pace and more explicit exposition often found in contemporary television, requiring a different kind of engagement from the audience and allowing for a more subtle exploration of character and theme. The series prioritizes atmosphere and character development over rapid plot advancement, creating a more immersive and psychologically nuanced viewing experience that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll. The visual style, while not employing the high-definition gloss of modern productions, possesses a distinct artistic merit, utilizing the limitations of the time to create a unique and effective representation of the Renaissance setting, emphasizing mood and atmosphere through lighting and composition. The attention to detail in the costumes and settings reflects a commitment to historical authenticity within the constraints of the production era, contributing to the overall believability of the world depicted on screen. The deliberate pacing and nuanced dialogue contribute to a sense of realism, allowing the characters to breathe and their relationships to evolve in a way that feels organic and believable, enhancing the emotional impact of the drama. At its core, The Borgias serves as a profound and timeless cautionary tale. The series relentlessly explores the corrosive nature of power and its ability to corrupt even those who hold positions of the highest spiritual authority. It starkly illustrates how even perceived sanctity can be compromised and ultimately sold for personal gain. From the intricate and often treacherous alliances forged within the church to the hushed whispers of carefully orchestrated poisonings, the series presents a chilling study in the extreme lengths to which individuals will go in their relentless pursuit of control and dominance, regardless of the moral or ethical implications of their actions. The corrosive nature of power is a central theme, demonstrating how the relentless pursuit of influence can erode moral principles and lead to acts of corruption and violence, a timeless warning about the dangers of unchecked authority. The compromise of sanctity, particularly within the context of the church, highlights the tension between spiritual ideals and the temptations of worldly power, a conflict that has resonated throughout history and continues to be a subject of scrutiny and debate. The intricate alliances forged within the church, often based on self-interest and political expediency rather than religious conviction, reveal the complex web of relationships and the pragmatic considerations that often shaped ecclesiastical decisions during this period. The hushed whispers of carefully orchestrated poisonings and other clandestine acts underscore the ruthlessness with which power was pursued and maintained, painting a stark picture of a world where betrayal and violence were often tools of political advancement. For the series serves as a chilling study in the extreme lengths to which individuals will go in their relentless pursuit of control and dominance, illustrating the dark side of ambition and the potential for even those in positions of authority to succumb to its corrupting influence. This exploration of the darker aspects of human nature and the consequences of unchecked power provides a timeless cautionary message that transcends the specific historical context of the Borgias, offering insights into the enduring challenges of leadership and the ethical dilemmas associated with wielding authority. The series prompts viewers to consider the nature of power itself, its seductive allure, and its potential to distort values and compromise integrity, encouraging reflection on the safeguards necessary to prevent its abuse. The portrayal of the Borgias' relentless pursuit of control serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of ethical considerations in the exercise of power, a lesson that remains relevant in contemporary society. The exploration of the compromises made in the name of personal gain and familial advancement highlights the complex moral landscape of the era and the difficult choices faced by individuals navigating a world where power and influence were paramount. Upon its initial release, the series faced a wave of criticism from some quarters who decried what they perceived as excessive eroticism and a narrative pace that felt unduly slow. However, viewed through the lens of hindsight and in comparison to more recent depictions, The 1981 BBC production now feels like a remarkably brave and unfiltered portrayal of one of history's most notoriously scandalous dynasties. It dared to delve into the darker aspects of the period with a frankness that was perhaps ahead of its time, challenging conventional portrayals of historical figures and offering a more nuanced and complex understanding of their motivations and actions. The initial criticism regarding excessive eroticism likely stemmed from the series' willingness to depict the personal lives and relationships of the Borgias with a degree of openness that may have been considered unconventional for television at the time, reflecting evolving social norms and expectations regarding on-screen portrayals of intimacy. The perception of a slow narrative pace may have been influenced by the prevailing television styles of the era, with contemporary audiences perhaps accustomed to a more rapid succession of events and a greater emphasis on overt action, contrasting with the series' more deliberate and character-driven approach. However, with the benefit of hindsight and in comparison to more recent historical dramas that have explored similar themes with even greater explicitness, the 1981 BBC production now appears remarkably restrained and focused on the psychological and political complexities of the story. The series' bravery in tackling the darker aspects of the period, including corruption, violence, and moral ambiguity, set it apart from more sanitized or romanticized depictions of history, paving the way for future productions to explore the complexities of the past with greater candor. The unfiltered portrayal of the Borgias, with their flaws and contradictions laid bare, offers a more human and ultimately more compelling understanding of these historical figures, moving beyond simplistic judgments and inviting viewers to grapple with the complexities of their legacy. The series' willingness to challenge conventional portrayals of historical figures and the institutions they represented, including the papacy, contributed to its controversial reception but also to its enduring significance as a groundbreaking work of historical television. The frankness with which the series addressed sensitive topics may have been ahead of its time in terms of television standards, but it also contributed to a more honest and thought-provoking exploration of a complex historical period and its key players. The series' legacy lies in its courageous approach to historical storytelling, its willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, and its commitment to portraying the past in a way that is both engaging and intellectually stimulating, paving the way for more nuanced and complex historical dramas in the years that followed. In contrast to Showtime's visually opulent and more overtly dramatic 2011 adaptation starring Jeremy Irons, the BBC's The Borgias from 1981 adopts a less glossy, but arguably more grounded and psychologically nuanced approach. It deliberately avoids the heightened melodrama often associated with Hollywood productions, instead opting for a more Shakespearean sensibility, intimate in its exploration of character relationships, intensely focused on moral ambiguities, and ultimately far more morally complex in its portrayal of its protagonists. The comparison with Showtime's 2011 adaptation highlights the different stylistic and narrative choices made in portraying the same historical subject matter, with the BBC version prioritizing psychological depth and character exploration over visual spectacle and heightened drama. The less glossy aesthetic of the 1981 production contributes to a sense of realism and authenticity, focusing the viewer's attention on the performances and the intricacies of the plot rather than relying on elaborate sets and costumes to create impact. The grounded approach emphasizes the human element of the story, exploring the motivations, flaws, and inner conflicts of the characters.